G'day guys! Legendary R36S script maker Jason3X is back once again, this time with a neat little Bluetooth and Wi-Fi indicator icon pack for dArkOS, dArkOSRE, and dArkOS4Clones. Once installed, it gives you a visual indicator of both your Bluetooth and Wi-Fi status at the top left of the screen, which you can easily toggle on and off if you wanted to hide it for some reason. While you do need to have internet access on the device itself to actually install this new icon notification pack, once installed, it is completely integrated and seamless. As usual, we'll be trying this on the latest version of dArkOSRE, which at the time of filming is version 03082026. Before we take a look at this new script, we'll move over to our Windows 11 PC to download and copy the installer over. Let's get into it. We're over on our Windows 11 PC now, and to get started we've just opened up Google Chrome and gone to the GitHub link containing the new Emulation Station Icons Pack Installer, which as always I will link down in the description below. Now before we download this new installer script, if we scroll down on this page, it tells us a little bit about it. It says there's 5 different icons for Wi-Fi and 3 for Bluetooth. It also says we can easily toggle the icons on or off in the Start UI Settings menu, which we will try out. It also does a full backup of your stock files before changing anything, which makes reverting to stock super easy. If we scroll down a little bit further, it tells us that we do need internet access on the device itself, just to install it the first time, and then it also gives us a few installation notes. Jason also has a Ko-Fi setup, so if you do enjoy his scripts, consider buying him a coffee. If we scroll all the way up to the very top, we want to click on esiconsinstaller.sh. It should take you to this page. From here, we want to click the download icon at the top right. It should say download raw file. Click on it once to download. It's quite small at just over 15K. Once it's finished downloading, we can close off Chrome and open up our downloads folder. Inside, we should have the single script. No need to extract anything, it is ready to copy. So we'll just select it and copy, Ctrl-C. Next, we want to insert the SD card from our R36S into our PC. We want to navigate to the EasyROMs partition, go down to the Tools folder, and we'll paste this new script in here, Ctrl-V. That's pretty much it. We'll safely eject our SD card and move back over to our R36S. We're back with our R36S now, and before we can install the script, we do need to get our device online. For that, I'll just be using my trusty USB wireless adapter. We will have to connect to our Wi-Fi, so Start, Options, Wi-Fi, and we're connected. We'll quit out of the wireless front end, and before we install the new icons pack, I do want to take a quick benchmark just to see if the new icons pack slows anything down. So to do that, we'll just run Mega Man 2 for the NES. I will enable on-screen FPS counter, so RetroArch menu, go back to the main menu, settings, user interface, on-screen notifications, visibility, and display frame rate. We'll close out of the RetroArch menu, we'll fast forward, and we'll go into Bubble Man stage. So it looks like we're averaging around 188 frames a second. We'll use that as our benchmark. We'll quit out, and we'll install the new icons pack. To do that, we just want to press Start, go down to Options, Tools, and we want to run ES Icons Installer. There's 3 options: Install for dArkOS, which also applies for dArkOSRE, Install for dArkOS4Clones, which is the new dArkOS project from the dArkOS4Clones developers, Restore our backup, which is automatically created when installing this icon pack, and exit. Since we are on dArkOSRE, we want to install the very top one, install ES dArkOS. It'll ask us to confirm and also mention it'll automatically reboot the device once finished installing. We'll go yes, and it's currently downloading and installing. It doesn't take too long, maybe around a minute, depending on the speed of your internet. So it's finished installing, and as soon as we press OK, it will reboot. There we go. So it's finished rebooting, and at the very top left, you can see we have our 2 new icons. Before we have a play around trying to change the various indicators, I do just want to do one more benchmark in Mega Man 2, just to see if anything's slowed down. Once again, I'll have to enable the FPS counter, I'll toggle fast forward and we'll go back into Bubble Man stage. And we were idling around 188 frames a second, and we're a little bit higher now. I don't think that's related, I think it might just be a bit of a coincidence. It is still within the margin of error. So it looks like there's no slowdown whatsoever when installing the new icon packs. Very, very cool. If anything, it seems to make it very slightly faster. But again, I do think that's a bit of a coincidence. We'll quit out of this one. Now if we go back to the main menu. So currently our Wi-Fi icon is green. If I unplug my OTG adapter, it updates instantly to red with a line through it, saying that it's not connected at all and there's no device present, or Wi-Fi is disabled. If I plug it in, How long until it goes green? I can hear the speaker interference, so it is reconnecting now. Went orange, saying that's available. Will it go green? And it's green, it's connected. So that's pretty cool as it is. But one of the features I found super useful was the remote services indicator. So if I press start, go to options, and go down to enable remote services, give it a second, so it's enabled. If we go back to the main menu, yep, we now have 3 yellow lines. This means we are connected to the Wi-Fi, and we do have remote services enabled. I'll quickly fire up my Windows 11 PC, and I'll remote into this device just to show it does change once more once a device is connected. Okay, I've opened up PuTTY on my Windows 11 PC. I've entered the IP and the port, but I haven't connected yet. I'll hit enter now, and we'll see when the icon actually changes. There we go. I haven't logged in yet, but it looks like as soon as a device tries to connect, it does change to this blue arrow. I'll quickly log in. So I am logged in now, and if I exit out of the session, it should change back, and it does pretty much instantly. Maybe half a second. Very, very cool stuff. Now, I was also hoping to try out Bluetooth, but unfortunately, the Realtek USB Bluetooth adapter turned out to be a cheap fake. It is not Realtek. Not sure if you can see it, it just says V5.3 on it. These are the super cheap and nasty fakes. They do not work on the R36S whatsoever. It's not necessarily a driver issue, it's more the fact that they report themselves as a completely different device, and then when Linux tries to communicate with it, the device says, I have no idea what you're talking about. I do thankfully have a super old Bluetooth adapter that doesn't fully work, but it is at least detected. So I'll plug it in now, and we should see the Bluetooth icon change. There we go. It went from not present to present but not connected. Unfortunately, this old adapter just can't find any devices. So since I don't have any Bluetooth devices at the moment, we can toggle the Bluetooth icon off completely. So if we press start, go down to UI settings, and then go all the way down to show Bluetooth icon. We can toggle the Bluetooth icon off and keep the Wi-Fi icon on, which I think we'll try that. Once you've toggled it, just press B a few times to go back. And yep, the Bluetooth icon's gone, but our Wi-Fi icon is still there. If for some reason you didn't want the Wi-Fi icon as well, you can press start, go back to UI settings, and go down to show Wi-Fi icon and hide that as well. Now both icons are hidden. If for some reason that wasn't enough, you can fully uninstall everything and return back to stock. Before we do that, I will re-enable both icons. There we go. And then to fully uninstall everything, we want to press start, go back down to options, tools, and run ES Icons Installer once more. This time we want to go down to restore original ES. It'll say it's going to remove everything, and the device will automatically reboot once more. We'll press yes. That whole process didn't take very long, maybe around 10 seconds. If we press OK now, it should reboot. There we go, we got a black screen. It's rebooting now. And after rebooting, the Wi-Fi icon has gone. If it's still there for you, try restoring the backup with Wi-Fi connected. That does seem to help. Although as we saw earlier in our Mega Man 2 benchmark, it doesn't make any difference to performance. So there's no harm in keeping the icon pack installed and simply disabling them from the UI settings menu. Overall, while not everyone uses Wi-Fi and Bluetooth that often on their device, especially if it's not built in, since this does not hinder performance one bit, and can be easily toggled on and off from the start menu, it is a really nice quality of life feature to have even if you only occasionally use it. I would love to see this included in future versions of dArkOSRE and dArkOS4Clones by default. I personally love the SSH indicators since I do a ton of testing remotely, and after multiple resets and not setting the SSH server to auto start, often forget if I have enabled remote services or if I have broken something completely. This just takes the guesswork out. But I think that'll do it for today. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.